In today's episode, I'm going to be discussing letting go of pain and birthing into your new existence. Now let's get messy. Welcome, my beautiful friends. I'm Natalie, and I'm here to share with you how I've turned my messes into messages and come out the other side. I'm not a doctor, so if you feel you need one, please get one. But if you're looking for a friend who's been there, like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I went through a lot of pain and suffering in my life. But the biggest thing that caused me the most pain was the way I thought. Like, I literally thought because my 8-year-old brother died next to me in a car accident and I was the driver, I thought I deserved to be punished. I thought I didn't deserve a good life, happiness, joy, none of it. So I further did things and let people come into my life that would solidify that. They would just keep hurting me or abusing me, and it was uncomfortably comfortable. Subconsciously, we can put ourselves in situations that hurt us, but if we've been through pain and that's familiar to us, it'll feel safe. And that's what I did. I got into abusive relationships because it felt safe, because I was abused. I always felt like I was at fault. I would be the one always saying, I'm sorry, you know. And so most of the time I didn't even do anything wrong. But I believed that I was always at fault, that I was always to blame. And this kept me stuck. This kept me stuck for so long until I got into recovery and I was able to do the work on myself, because I'm a drug addict through and through. And I don't have a drug addiction. I have a thinking problem. And when I don't get my mind and my thoughts right, it comes out in all areas of my life. This pain and suffering followed me around like a dark cloud until I was ready to surrender to it and say, maybe this is working for my good. Maybe there's something that's going to come out of this. And I just held on. And now I see that. Now I have gratitude for the things that hurt me. As crazy as that sounds, I hold gratitude for it. Because think about childbirth, guys. The mothers in labor, sometimes all day, pain and suffering and pushing out the baby. And then what happens? The mom births a baby and the child's beautiful. And the mother holds the baby and forgets all about the pain. Why? Because she's in a new moment now with the result of all her pain and suffering. Use your pain and suffering to birth a new existence for yourself. That's exactly what I decided to do. In my recovery, we work steps, and these steps reveal our character and our motives and our shortcomings and why we do what we do. And we get to make amends and ask for forgiveness and give forgiveness to the people that hurt us. And it is a freedom when you forgive people. You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you so you have peace, so you have stillness. Because holding on to anger and resentments is a dark cloud. And don't be like me. Don't carry that around for decades. It's exhausting. It's exhausting living like that. And you don't have to. You know, Mother Teresa said pain and suffering is like a kiss from God. Why would she say that? Why would she say pain and suffering is like a kiss from God? Unless there's a gift in the suffering. Unless the suffering and pain develops our character. Maybe when we go through trials and tribulations, they're not breaking us. Rather, they're making us and building us into the next phase of who we are. Because I think when we go through hard times, it reveals our character. It shows us how strong we are. If we're willing to never give up and stand firm in the knowing that God is working everything out for our good, as long as we do our part, which is doing the next right thing, which is being an honest person, which is forgiving people, which is not living in fear, but living in love, kindness, compassion, understanding. We're all going through this life and we have different mindsets. And a lot of people are hurting and struggling. We just don't show it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about our messes. But we should, because in reality, we've all been through pain and suffering in different ways. Some people post it on Facebook, but most people don't. They want to show that everything looks good. It's all shiny and pretty. But my friends, no one alive has ever not had pain and suffering. We all just choose to respond to it different. You can choose to grow from it, or you can choose to further sink from it. You have free will. The choice is yours. You're still alive. It's a miracle. You are alive today, and you get to choose how you're going to live this next year of your life. Are you going to live in love, or are you going to live in fear? What are you going to birth out this year? What are you going to choose to grow in and with? Is it going to be God and love? Or is it going to be fear and hate and anger? I get it. It's hard to forgive people. But remember this, my friends. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for your freedom. You're doing it for your peace. Because anger and resentments takes up so much energy. Toxic emotions will drain you. Toxic people will drain you. Watch who you surround yourself with, because show me your friends, I'll show you your future. If you're around angry, bitter people, it's going to be very hard to develop a positive attitude and mindset when everyone around you is dragging you down. Take care of you in this new year. Focus on you. Focus on your growth. Stop caring about what people think about you. Just care about you and your higher power. And, I say stop caring about what people think about you. I'm not sure if you do. Maybe you don't care. But this addict did. I was obsessively concerned with how everyone thought about me, because I lost everyone at an early age. I lost my brother at an early age, and I loved him. I loved him. I was like his mother at the end, those last couple of years when my parents got divorced. I was literally like his mother. I've been through a lot of loss. I've been through a lot of pain, and I've been through a lot of suffering. And if I can sit here in front of you today and say I'm grateful for all of that, that's crazy, right? But I am. Because I know, like Mother Teresa, that God blesses us through pain and suffering. It's taken me decades to grow from it and see it. And I'm sure I've got decades in front of me that I'm going to continue to grow and see more things. But just for today, I'm content and happy. I'm grateful for my brother, because I know he's my guardian angel, or at least one of them. I should be dead. I should not even be here right now talking to you. It's crazy. Watch my other podcast episodes and you'll know my life and what I've been through. It has not been an easy road, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this journey. It's developed resilience in me. It's developed my character. I used to beat myself up for my brother's death, and now I'm grateful, because all that pain and suffering has birthed a peace in me, has birthed a knowing in me, an awareness in me. And it always begged me to ask the question, why are we alive? Why are we here? What is the point? Do we just live, pay taxes, and die? And I've gone in on it so far to know that that is not what happens. We don't just die. I believe we're here for a short period of time to go through our trials with God, to test our character and show us, here is who I really am. When I'm given free will and a painful situation happens to me, how am I going to respond? For me, am I going to go run and use a substance or have a drink to numb from this? Or am I going to feel it? Cry, let it out, and then let it go. Today, I'm quick to let things go. I don't hold on to it as long as I used to. When someone does me wrong, I let them go. I know the difference now between seasoned people, reasoned people, and my lifetime people. There's a big difference, guys. And hey, there's beauty in all of it. Lifetimers are gems. But seasons and reasons have their time too. They have their purpose. They teach us things. And I'm grateful for the pain, the abusive relationships, all my friends turning against me at an early age and getting beat up in the hallways, because it put me into isolation mode. And I don't think I would have developed the way I did if I constantly had people around me all the time. God will sometimes put us into years, days, weeks, moments, seasons of isolation. And this was also something I used to get upset with God about. Why don't I have any friends? Why can't I find a life partner? Why am I always alone? And God showed me that He was putting me alone as a gift. A lot of times the things this addict thinks are bad are actually good. And a lot of times the things that don't come wrapped in a pretty shiny box are good too. You just have to give it a chance and see what's on the inside. You can see an orange, right? And it could be ripe and bright and look good. But you got to squeeze it to see what's on the inside. It might be dry and stale, or it might be juicy. But you won't know until you apply pressure and squeeze it to see what's really on the inside. Diamonds form under lots of pressure because beauty comes from pressure, from withstanding pain. Beauty comes. I'm going to close with a quick story. A gentleman I used to work for, he also makes content, and we were doing a retreat out in Jamaica, and we flew a Cessna plane there and back. So he was teaching me how to fly the plane so that I could fly it for this trip. And I did, and coming back, it was just the two of us. And there was rain, there was wind, there was lightning, and there was thunder. And he told me that if the thunder hit the plane, we'd die instantly and the plane would blow up. I now know that's not the truth. He was a little twisted in the head, and maybe he was just trying me, wanted to get me scared. I don't know. You men confuse me. But anyway, so he put me through this, and I was just calm, guys. Like, I was totally calm, and I'm just navigating through the rain and the wind, and I landed the plane fine, and we got to where we were going, and he was like, oh my gosh, anyone else probably would have given up, but you kept going. And he made actually a video about it. He kept me anonymous, but he made a video saying this individual went through something clearly early on in life that made them develop a never give up mindset. So maybe my brother passing away when he was 8, maybe my friends turning against me and beating me up in the hallways, maybe all the trauma I went through early in my life developed this never give up mentality. Because as much as I wanted to die, it never happened. I tried once, didn't work. And I just had this knowing in my gut that it didn't just go black when we die, that maybe we're all here, put through tests on earth to see how we respond with free will, how we choose to use our life. Is it to serve the world? Is it to be an honest, good person, even when no one's looking? Or is it to live the easy road? The one of anger, unforgiveness, hate, vengeance, sneaking around, having secrets will keep you sick. Secrets keep you sick, but having these secrets, lying to others, cheating on your husband or wife, it's not the right way to live. If you want to live a joyous, free, happy life, doing the next right thing, being a good, honest person to you, to the world, and being the same person with integrity, whether there's an audience watching you or not, it doesn't matter. Like, who are you when you're all alone? That's who you really are. So Use your pain today to squeeze into your new existence and birth into the next chapter of your life, turning pain and suffering around for your good and switching your perspective to see it as a gift and pausing before you react and taking a moment to respond, keeping your peace intact and protecting your energy. Stay away from toxic people. Or stay away from bad things. Living good feels so good. Take it from this person that used to be a functioning drug addict out there in the world doing horrible, horrible things, living a terrible, anxiety-ridden life that now has come out the other side over 3.5 years now that I've been clean almost. And there's always more room to grow. That's the beauty of my recovery. There's always another layer to grow into. Oh, life can be so good. And I used to hate life, guys. So if you hate life right now, this could be your voice speaking in a few years. Like you could love life the way I do. And I get frustrated sometimes. I'm not a Mother Teresa or anything or Buddha. I get frustrated, especially when I'm out on the road and people are cutting me off and flicking me off. I had a guy try to push me off the road the other day. He was in crazy road rage. His face was red, screaming at me. I had no idea what I did to him. And he was literally trying to bump into my car. I'm driving and he keeps swerving. And I'm like, oh my God. There's just a lot of angry people in the world today. Turn your pain and suffering around for your good. You deserve it. You deserve to live your best life. We've got this one life. Live it in righteousness. Live it in good. Feel good. Do good. And you will get the good stuff in life. Because karma really works when no one's looking. And the universe gets to see who you are when no one's watching you. Because that's who you really are. And then you get whatever you give. So what are you giving? What are you giving? And guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers on YouTube so we can keep sharing this faith-based content and growing our collective consciousness into one that can better serve the world. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.